Hi, I'm Karissa Vacker, and welcome back to Sleep Wave, a podcast where we let waves of relaxation wash over you through original sleep meditations and hypnosis created to help you fall asleep tonight. And don't worry if you don't hear the end of an episode. I encourage you to drift off whenever you're ready. Before we get started on tonight's episode, I'd like to say thanks again for all of the great ratings and reviews you guys have left us on Apple Podcasts and some of the other networks too. So if you too find that sleep has come easier since listening to Sleep Wave, and you've not yet reached out to us, please feel free to let us know via the reviews on Apple Podcasts. We read them every day. And your ratings and reviews help us reach even more people who need a little help with their sleep right now. As you may have heard, last night my dear friend Jessica released her last episode on Sleep Wave. It's a super exciting time for us both, as it's giving us the opportunity to really double down on our sleep content for you guys. For those of you who love sleep meditations, we'll be doing even more of that here at Sleep Wave. And for those of you who are hypnosis fans, Jessica will be supporting you with even more sleep hypnosis over on Sleep Magic. Her first episode goes live tomorrow, so I encourage you all to check it out and give the show a warm welcome. Just search Sleep Magic on your favorite podcast player. Our beds are a place of refuge. It doesn't always feel that way, though, when we are tossing and turning, or when sleep is more foe than friend. Tonight, we're going to reconnect to the feelings of safety, comfort, and ease. Immersing yourself in these sensations will help your body to relax fully and deeply, and a relaxed body leads to a relaxed mind. One of my favorite feelings in the world is that of being nestled in my bed after a long day, especially if the day has been particularly stressful, such as this one harrowing day in college. At the time, I worked for a company doing marketing events at high school football games. Along with a team of other college students, we'd drive in a big van around to various football games on the weekends and pass out swag for the company we were working for at halftime. One time, we were driving back to campus after an event when a huge storm hit. Texas is somewhat notorious for its erratic and sudden weather. A popular saying is, if you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes. True to Texas form, this storm seemed to come out of nowhere, and it was intense. I was a passenger in the van, and I remember the water coming down so fast that our visibility was low and the wind was blowing really hard. A weather report on the radio told us to find shelter, but the person driving felt we were close enough to make it back safely instead of pulling over. Still, I was pretty scared, and so to calm myself, I imagined myself safe, at home, in my bed. At that moment, I was picturing the bed in the house I grew up in, not the bed in the dorm room I would soon be returning to. I wanted to be in my childhood bed with the clean, sweet-smelling sheets and all my favorite pillows and my family just down the hall. Safe, warm, at peace. When I got home that night, extra thankful to be safe, I laid in my bed with a new appreciation for it. We all need space and refuge from the outside world sometimes. Meditation is an incredible practice because you can create that feeling of refuge within yourself. When the world is stressful outside of you, you can still rely on that safe, quiet, still part inside yourself, and you can return there anytime you need to. Tonight, we're going to get cozy and immerse ourselves in this refuge together as we drift off into a deep sleep. This is Shelter from the Storm by Billy Gill. When life is tumultuous and you find yourself in the midst of a storm, an established meditation practice can calm the troubled waters. Unfortunately, being in the midst of a storm is probably the worst time to begin a meditation practice. It's an inconvenient paradox that the best time to cultivate a calm and quiet mind is when you are already calm and quiet, and that the time when you are most keenly aware of the need to cultivate a meditation practice is when your mind is already disturbed to the point of frustration or anxiety. When everything is going smoothly as planned, there really is no need to find an anchor of steadiness. It's really when everything is chaotic and out of sorts that you need a way to remain balanced. A meditation practice which trains you daily to return to your breath and allow your mind to be passive so that clarity and insight are more available offers you a valuable tool to bring those very skills to bear in a moment of crisis. When you are already strained by difficult circumstances, your mind will tend to mirror the chaos, becoming a chaotic place to be in itself. In such a state, insight and clarity are in very short supply. The habit of mindfulness pays off in these situations. You recognize that you are agitated, and almost automatically, you become calmer and steadier as a result of the investment you've made in the techniques for quieting a restless mind. Tonight's sleep meditation is about becoming the calm at the center of the storm and taking refuge within your own center. To some, this may sound like the exact opposite of refuge. Many people look outside of themselves for comfort when conditions and circumstances seem turbulent. The very nature of addiction depends on this behavior. The substance or behavior one is addicted to is actually an attempt to regulate and soothe a deeper longing. We want to feel good. To the extent that one requires something outside of themselves to feel good, the potential for addiction is present. By feel good, we mean a sense of well-being, contentment, security. The most significant storms in our lives are the storms inside of ourselves. That's not to say that external events don't sometimes blow us off kilter, but if you really consider the origin of your fears and anxiety, you will agree that much of it comes from within your own mind and the unresolved tensions that exist there. These storms rage on in our minds endlessly until we have calmed them ourselves. Perhaps we can soothe these stormy seas temporarily by some external means, through addictive foods, substances, and behaviors, but very often the storm soon returns even more violent than before. Unless we are able to find a calm surrender within ourselves, the storm can intensify to a hurricane. The first step in meditation is to focus the mind. What the mind focuses on doesn't matter as much as it matters that the mind is focused in a single direction for an extended period of time. For this reason, we want to eliminate distractions as much as possible. Make sure that you are lying comfortably in your bed, and take as much time as you need to position your body and your bedding in an optimal way that supports your relaxation and reduces distractions. Even small distractions are worth attending to and trying to avoid. When you begin to move more deeply inward during your meditation, these seemingly minor distractions can become more and more distracting and might interfere with your ability to calm your mind. Take time to make any final adjustments and then try to be still. If you have to move at any time, give yourself permission to move, but make sure that you are moving consciously. No unconscious movements. Stillness is focus. Focus is stillness. If your attention is scattered in many directions, the mind won't be able to settle down. We're now going to focus on the whole body as a field of awareness. You can keep your body relatively still with your willpower. Try to remain still. Any movements that you make should be conscious movements. No unconscious movements. Say to yourself, silently in your mind, I am now going to practice this sleep meditation. For the duration of this meditation, I will remain very still. Feel your breath rising and falling. Inhale. Exhale. Notice the pauses between the breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Go on. Follow the easy, gentle rhythm of your breath. If your mind is agitated, the breath is usually agitated too. If your breath is uneven or rough, the mind is usually also quite rough. Regulate your breathing, and very soon, your mind will become smooth as still waters. Imagine that these waters are smooth and pristine. The calm serenity of the water that you see in your mind extends endlessly to the horizon. The sky is friendly, and the sun shines through the clouds. It's a symbolic scene. It means all is well, and you are in your natural state, relaxed, comfortable, and content. Sometimes a wind blows in, and the waters are disturbed. Maybe this is some event that has disrupted your life, throwing you off balance. Or maybe this storm is brewing in your own mind. Worry, overthinking, negativity can all create the perfect conditions for just such a storm. Now, the tranquil scene that you saw before has become filled with heavy rain clouds, lightning and thunder, powerful winds and waves. Your little boat is rocking side to side, threatening to capsize. The more fear and anxiety that the storm brings, the more it grows. Right away, return to the steady rhythm of your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Try to breathe through the nostrils if you can. Inhale. Exhale. Notice the pauses between the breaths. Go on breathing mindfully in this way. The storm may still be raging, but you are focusing your mind on the gentle, easy rhythm of the breath. When the mind is focused, it becomes calm. The storm has ceased. Continue breathing at your own pace. Stillness is the essence of focus. It takes some practice to focus the mind, but it becomes more and more natural over time and eventually becomes easier. If stillness is the essence of concentration, silence is the essence of meditation. Inner silence is always present. Our thoughts and concepts interrupt this silence, but even still, silence is ever speaking. Listen to it now. Through focusing the mind, it becomes quiet, and eventually thoughts disappear. They will still come and go from time to time, but we don't allow ourselves to be swayed by them. Sometimes we are reluctant to let go of thoughts. When thoughts stop, the mind stops. If we strongly identify with the activity of our minds, we may feel that intentionally stopping it is, at best, a waste of time, and at worst, something very frightening. If I am my mind, what happens to me when my mind disappears? This is the root cause of the storm. To calm the waves in our minds, we must be still and silent. In the stillness, we open the path to silence. In the silence, we rest and relax into our true nature. It is like the calm serenity of a peaceful sea. Your consciousness assumes the form of a peaceful sea. The stillness and the silence is profound. You take refuge in the peaceful calm. Your mind is as still and silent as a peaceful, calm sea after a storm. Your bed is a refuge when you find refuge within yourself. Sleep is much deeper and more nourishing as you take this time to calm your inner state before sleep. When you rise in the morning, you will begin the day in that same calm state and well rested from the night before. there is no underestimating the degree to which this can transform your life. Simply find the calm, centered stillness and silence that already exists within you. See the shore as your boat comes to stillness. The wind dies down and everything is silent. The silence has a certain sound to it. It is not only the absence of sound. The silence is pure presence. Be still and know that presence. Take shelter in the silence of your own being. Listen to the gentle voice of the universe, lulling you to sleep. The silent humming of awareness is her sweet, soft lullaby. The gentle rhythm of your breath keeps time. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Go on, following the breath. From time to time, a thought arises. It will come like a wave. Don't try to stop this wave from passing through. Let it float right through the bay and on to the shore. When you practice this inner stillness and inner silence, you return home to yourself to replenish your resources. Come home and take refuge. After a while, returning to this calm, surrendered state becomes effortless. Don't be discouraged if you find it is hard to calm your mind. You will gradually increase the amount of inner stillness and inner silence within the physiology of your nervous system. Wherever you go, regardless of the external conditions, you will be right at home within yourself, safe and warm, calm and alert. You rise to meet any challenge with a place of confidence and strength. You are no longer a chaotic storm internally. Externally, there may be a true storm, but within yourself, you have cultivated inner silence. It is from this silence that the right action arises by itself. Be still and allow the right action to arise by itself. Sleep comes at the precise moment. Be still. Silent, calm sea. Deep inner silence. Deep stillness. Take refuge in your own heart. Come home to your center. Take refuge. With each exhale, release any constriction or tension. Feel the neck and shoulders growing softer and softer, releasing tension with every exhale. With the next breath, let your awareness encompass the whole of the head, face, scalp, eyes, ears, nose, mouth, chin, lips. Release any tension in the face, head, and scalp with each exhale. Breathing slowly in and out, in and out, in and out. Now breathe the whole body. The whole body as one field of awareness. The whole of the physical body is totally relaxed. Totally relaxed. The whole body from the top of the head to the tips of the toes. Totally relaxed. Stay with the sensations in the whole of the physical body. The whole body is attuned and coordinated with your breath. Slowly, easily, allow the breath to flow in and out, in and out, in out.